Deep within the remote quiet wilderness of rural Norway, hidden far from the bustle of crowded cities, lies the peaceful Hessdalen Valley, a place known for the strange gentle luminous orbs that wander silently across the cold dark night sky. For decades Earl Paulson stood as the valley's most devoted quiet watcher, spending countless cold nights gazing steadily into the darkness, accompanying the mysterious floating lights through endless winters and quiet seasons. Slowly, gently and inevitably he blended his own life and soul into the timeless quiet puzzle of the Hessdalen lights, becoming one with the valley and its haunting nocturnal glow. Tonight, accompanied by the soft warm flicker of gentle firelight, we follow Earl Paulson's quiet gaze deep into the heart of the secluded valley. Let the timeless tranquility of these wandering celestial lights wash away all the noise and restlessness of your busy days, guiding you slowly away from mortal chaos and into a state of pure peaceful slumber. No one can truly define what the Hessdalen lights are, whether they are a subtle natural echo hidden within the earth's quiet energy or a gentle footnote softly cast down from the distant stars above. The entire valley remains perpetually silent, holding its ancient secrets close, without hurry, without explanation, without end. Earl Paulson dedicated his entire life to observing, recording and quietly witnessing the slow drifting trajectories of these unexplained luminous orbs. After a lifetime of patient watchful observation, he finally understood that all the answers humanity desperately chases had long dissolved peacefully into the quiet depth of the northern night. Close your eyes and breathe slowly into the stillness of the evening as I walk you through the gentle story of Earl Paulson and his beloved secluded valley. Let this calm, restrained, unrushed narration wrap softly around your heart, becoming your tenderest, most steady nightly companion, allowing your tired mind and soul to rest completely within the serene faint blue glow of the valley's eternal lights. In the quiet darkest hours of the Norwegian night, the remote Hessdalen Valley falls into profound stillness, with no human noise, no wind disturbance, no worldly movement. Only Earl Paulson remained seated alone in the quiet wilderness, facing those beautiful unexplained floating orbs of light that have puzzled researchers for generations. He never carried an obsessive, desperate need to decode their origin or prove their cause. He held no urgency for scientific answers, no hunger for solved mysteries. All he possessed was a gentle, persistent devotion to guarding the quiet, mystical beauty of the valley's nightly glow. In those long frozen nights, mountains, valleys, stars and drifting lights all merged into one endless, peaceful, dreamlike scene. Tonight we set aside all rigid scientific questioning, all logical deduction and human curiosity for truth. We follow Earl Paulson's quiet, peaceful perspective, simply watching the prolonged gentle dance of light and shadow that has played out in Hessdalen for centuries. Let this soothing story of light, shadow, thought and quiet rest carry you gently into the deepest, most undisturbed, peaceful sleep. When sharp, cold Arctic winds sweep gently across the snow-covered ridges of the Norwegian Hessdalen Valley, the famous mysterious luminous orbs emerge once again, silently floating and wandering across the dark northern sky. Earl Paulson, the quiet local observer who devoted decades of his life to watching over this secluded land, would sit patiently before his dust-covered monitoring equipment, waiting steadily through long cold nights for the first light of dawn. Tonight, beside the soft flickering warmth of gentle firelight and accompanied by this calm, unhurried story that needs no forced memorization, we walk into the quiet, sincere life of this lifelong valley watcher. In the profound stillness of the midnight hour, these wandering glowing orbs are far more than an unsolved scientific anomaly or a confusing natural puzzle. For Earl Paulson, they were the most faithful, constant companion, walking with him through every lonely, quiet year, warming the stillness of his isolated nights. Let your breathing slow and soften in rhythm with his steady presence, drifting into this light-wrapped quiet land to taste the pure, serene peace that exists far beyond the noise and obsession of the secular world. Earl Paulson's lifelong vigil was never driven by fanatic curiosity or a restless desire to uncover hidden supernatural secrets. It grew from a quiet, gentle harmony and unspoken, tacit understanding slowly formed between himself and the ancient, quiet nature of the Hessdalen Valley. Through countless bitter, freezing winter nights, when the entire valley was buried deep beneath thick, untouched snow and wrapped in endless white stillness, he would quietly climb the old observation tower alone, ready to greet the nightly appearance of the floating lights. To his gentle, observant eyes, the Hessdalen luminous orbs were never merely a strange optical phenomenon or a geological oddity. They were the natural breathing rhythm of the valley itself, the slow, steady pulse of the land echoing through the dark, quiet sky. He watched countless times as the soft, pale lights rose gently over the snow-lined ridges, tracing faint, elegant blue arcs through the still, crisp air before fading softly back into the night without sound or hurry. Their movement was unchangingly slow and tranquil, so gradual and peaceful that it naturally steadied his heartbeat, calming every inner restlessness and gifting him a pure quiet place to lay down his soul amid the vast quiet wilderness. The outside world has spent countless years debating, analyzing and speculating endlessly about the true origin of the Hessdalen lights. Researchers, theorists and observers attempt to disassemble this pure serene beauty with complex formulas, scientific data and logical reasoning, eager to label, categorize and explain every unknown detail of the phenomenon. Yet all this noisy, restless speculation felt distant and trivial to Earl Paulson, who stood in genuine quiet communion with the lights every night. He possessed the calm ease of someone who had already become part of the valley's natural rhythm, needing no external validation or academic explanation to understand the beauty before his eyes. He often recalled one particularly unforgettable night when the mysterious luminous orb hovered steadily not far from his observation point, releasing a faint ultra-low frequency vibration, soft and warm like the slow gentle breathing of a sleeping star. In that sacred quiet moment, fear, confusion and doubt completely vanished from his heart. He was overwhelmed by an immense, gentle, profound warmth, a vast inclusive tranquility that wrapped around everything in existence. It was then that he truly understood the quiet wisdom of nature. Some mysteries remain unsolved precisely because they were never meant to be controlled, defined or fully understood by human minds. They belong solely to the quiet vast universe, existing in perfect peaceful harmony beyond human comprehension. Earl Paulson's entire youth and middle age slipped quietly away amid repeated nightly observation and patient watchful waiting. Every inch of the Hessdalen Valley's snow-covered land, every winding ridge and quiet hollow holds the faint gentle traces of his footsteps and decades of presence. Through years of repetitive peaceful vigil, he slowly built a steady inner calm, completely merging his mind, spirit and life with the quiet rhythm of the valley, transforming himself into a pure, devoted observer rooted deeply within this secluded land. He no longer needed understanding, recognition or approval from the outside world. Guided faithfully by the recurring nightly glow of the mysterious orbs, he gained a private, intimate language to communicate with mountain, sky, stars and the quiet flowing energy of nature. His solitary nightly watch, often misunderstood by outsiders as strange reclusive behavior, was in truth the purest, most honest persistence and loyal pursuit of the peace and beauty he cherished most deeply in life. In the quiet valley of Hessdalen, Earl Paulson was far more than a simple collector of elusive lights. He was a gentle, quiet ferryman, guarding the pure, tranquil soul of the entire valley, protecting its ancient, undisturbed serenity from the noise and restlessness of the outside world. As decades drifted softly by, leaving deep, gentle lines of time across Earl Paulson's face, he never changed his quiet, faithful habit. Night after night he would sit quietly by his window, gazing steadily up at the dark northern sky, waiting for the familiar faint glow of the valley's wandering lights. With the passing of every season and every year, his own existence gradually became an inseparable part of the Hessdalen light phenomenon, a subtle, vital footnote in nature's grand silent narrative. While the outside world continued its endless, frantic search for definite truth and scientific answers, Earl Paulson had long already found a far more precious, peaceful truth within his quiet years of vigil. He learned that the true meaning of existence lies not in discovery, explanation or conquest, but in sincere, quiet observation, gentle companionship and peaceful coexistence with nature. Throughout this long, soft farewell between human life and wandering light, he no longer needed to prove, explain or justify anything to anyone. His quiet, eternal bond with the valley and its nightly glow had already become timeless and unbreakable. Every gentle flicker and slow drift of the luminous orbs reminded him that his long, cold nights of patient waiting, his persistent quiet gazing and his lifelong devotion had never been in vain. The night deepens and settles into perfect stillness. The wandering luminous lights of Hessdalen Valley fade gently into the vast darkness, leaving behind a profound, soothing tranquility that lingers softly in the cold night air. The quiet story of Earl Paulson has long blended into the gentle wind and quiet atmosphere of this northern valley, echoing softly in every subtle flicker of light and every silent, snowy night. Let his quiet, lifelong devotion gather all your scattered, chaotic thoughts, trivial worries and inner restlessness. All the unsolved mysteries and unanswerable questions that trouble the human mind soften and calm tonight, transforming into the gentlest, most soothing nightly companionship. Sink fully into this pure, serene stillness, drifting alongside Earl Paulson into a vast, quiet dream as boundless and peaceful as the snow-draped Hessdalen Valley. Tonight, guided by the faint, flickering, gentle glow of the valley's eternal wandering lights, you drift softly, safely and peacefully into the deepest, most serene, undisturbed slumber of the quiet night.